What is up, guys and gals, finessers and finessettes? It is I, Senior Fell-Handed, and finally we got to play the Dunkerque. Now, excuse me, we got to make a video on it. Previously, I had played this many times. You guys saw it in the stream. Now we're just kind of getting into where we can actually get in there and make a video. I know I was incommunicado last week, you know what I'm saying, but now I'm back up on my BS. Now, this particular vehicle, ship as it were, only has super firing 4 guns. So that kind of means it is set up to bow tank. Now, I know what a lot of folks are thinking. They're thinking, okay, well, it's French. It's not going to have that much armor. It is surprisingly crunchy. You can really get in there and get up in the grind and bow tank on that. But enough about that. Let's get into the game here. Now, fairly decent DPM. It's not exactly awful. A tier 5 French premium warship. We are on estuary. And as you can see here, we have the rightmost flank. Now, I'm only doing a quarter in because I'm kind of apprehensive, just simply because, you know, we've got DDs out there, and you know, you don't necessarily have to commit if you know, if they're giving up shots like this, if they're giving up good broadside shots. You don't have to go out there and just get all the way in. Now, as you can see here, the allies we do have are kind of giving up a lot of shots. They're out there in the open, they're broadside. So, as a player, I'm kind of like, you know, how long is this going to last? How long can they maintain this without getting decorated? That's why, as you can see here, nobody's firing at me. I'm bow tanking. I'm only going a quarter. I'm not necessarily rushing to get in there. 21K so far. Now, it'd be a different story, folks, if we had, you know, some heavy secondaries, what have you. You know, 7.5, 10 click. I'd say, okay, well, let's get a little bit closer. Let's get in there. Let's see what we can do. But in this case, I'm like, you know what? Let's just sit back. Taking a shot at the Omaha here. Figure maybe we get him off the map. That might be beneficial to the rest of us. We managed to connect with him, get him out of there. Going to the top of the board there. 1 down for the friendlies, 2 down for the bad guys, including a DD, which in this case is a big piece of the puzzle. We are beginning to kind of full reverse here because we have new players entering the field. New Mexico is a long way from dead. So we're still going to have that Flexico to contend with. However, he is giving up broadside shots, which is a good thing. Didn't do anything on that. I guess the dispersion, precision, what have you, just didn't end up pulling out the shots for me. But you know what, that's fine. We're not necessarily, you know, in a bind as of yet. That does happen to get done a little bit later on here. Now, as you can see, folks, there is not a lot for them to shoot at over here while we decorated that gentleman. Not a lot for them to fire on over here except little old me, and I am rapidly backing up to kind of get out of this zone. We don't really want to be encompassed, you know, in bad guys. This gentleman right here has made an error, and I believe he knows it. We're going to go ahead and see if we can't set a round behind him, possibly get him off the map. Moiki Teak there. We go ahead and get rid of him. You know, as far as the game goes, we're reaching adolescence here. We've got 3 down for the bad guys, 2 down for us. Some torps coming at us. We are trying our best to kind of evade this situation. We did take 1. I kind of figured that. Good shots here about 2 o'clock. We really need to focus these DDs, sadly, because there's not really any help over here. We're trying to hold this whole flank down by ourselves. And, you know, we possibly can do it. We just kind of need to keep our head on a swivel, keep cool-headed, you know, and get whatever shots of opportunity we can. We have another gentleman coming in there to about our 10 o'clock. Not really a good look for us. A wave of skill there. Looks like they ran out of fish juice. He must have fired those long. Going to take a Hail Mary shot at that gentleman there to the to roughly our 12 o'clock. Just anything, any damage, I'll be happy with. The bad guys are getting decimated here, folks. The sad part is every remaining ship is on my side of the map, and all the friendlies are just nowhere to be found. So, we're not exactly hoping for a miracle, but we're going to try to do our best. And that's all you can do, folks. You can't go out here and expect every single game to be Shakespeare. Sometimes, you're going to go out here and you're going to take an L, but, you kind of just need to get back on top of it. Don't let it get on top of you. Gonna see if we can put some more rounds here into the side of this gentleman. He is giving up the broadside, has been giving up the broadside. The punch of the gun is having a hard time getting through that armor. But that's okay. You know what? We're just going to keep the guns running. That's all we can do. I'm concerned about the DD pulling up at some point. I believe he's actually out here near the Flexico, which is good for me, but that's why I keep backing off, because I'm terrified that DD is going to close the gap and put some rounds on me. We're going to go ahead and start to push here just to get us a little bit of room to work. They've only got 3 guys left on the map, and we kind of need to, my idea is get close to this island here, folks, to kind of use this as some sort of cover, between the other gentleman and the Flexico here. Managed to knock one of his guns out. That was good news right there. We kind of turned in a perfect timing there, to where we really just turned that last volley into a glancing blow, which is perfect. 56,000 damage here. Trying to make it happen here, folks. We've lost a couple of friendlies. We're down 4 friendlies. They're down 6. Things are still kind of getting exponential on them, but at the same time we have so many guys who can't put their firepower to bear. So that's kind of, what that is. Backing up now a little bit. As you can see here, this gentleman is using the Flexico for cover. I don't blame him one bit, but you know what? If he lights back up, we're going to try to put rounds in him, because, he's a wild card. DDs, man, when you're in a BB, are essentially a wild card, because they could show up anywhere. They could throw torps. Now, luckily, though, his torps are 6 kilometers. I know, because I have that ship. So if I keep a decent distance, I'll probably be okay. That's why he's firing at me, instead of kind of trying to creep on me. Multiple fires on deck there. Not a good thing. Going to go ahead and try to put some rounds here on this DD. He is going backwards for some reason. I'm okay with that. It looks like we maybe just might have winged him there. I thought he was going to go a little bit more reverse than he did. Either way, we sprayed him up just a little bit. 68k so far. Once again, 4 down for us, 6 down for the bad guys. Not really anybody else in here who can get shots. Decide to go ahead and do the safe bet here. Fire on the Flexico. These guys, I think for a moment, may actually pull it out. Now, I have fumbled here. I have pulled straight into an island, and I have 3 deck fires. I am burning from stem to stern, folks. And my repair kit's on cooldown, so I know I am going to meet my dear and fluffy lord very, very soon. So we're going to go ahead, speed up, try to go for the ram, run the guns as long as we can. We're going for the sure thing here, the side of the Flexico. He keeps giving up the broadside, and we're going to go out here and try to do what we can before we burn out. And you don't ever just want to go out there and just give up, folks. You need to go out there and keep pushing and keep trying to make it happen. Because at any point we kind of could have thrown in the towel. But, in that case, and also it kind of helps to realize, what you've got going on and the possibility you're going to have of success. In other words, you have to sit back and you have to say, is there any possibility I can get out of this alive? No. Okay, well, we've got 3 deck fires that are burning for another 45 seconds, and the repair kit is, 50. we're kind of screwed. So, and then, you know, once you know that, then you can kind of make the rest of the decisions. Had a lot of fun in it. 79,000 damage, 57,000 credits there. A lot of fun in the Dunkirk. Really, really enjoyed it. Crunchy, crunchy tank. Blur ship. It's a habit. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. We will see you guys next time.